Get ready to dive into some mind-blowing insights from Why the Rich Always Win. Economics from A to Z by John R. MacArthur, co-authored by the genius behind this channel. Seriously, you don't want to miss what's coming up next. Let's kick things off with a thought from Aristotle, who had some profound insights about civilization. He believed that a thriving society is built on a strong middle-class people who own their own property and aren't reliant on anyone else for their survival. Imagine a community where everyone has a stake, right? With that foundation, Aristotle argued, a society can enjoy stability, prosperity, and peace. But fast forward to today, and we see a stark contrast. One family in America holds more wealth than the bottom 42% combined. That's wild, isn't it? It's like we're all playing a game, and the rich keep stacking the odds in their favor. So, how do they do it? Let's explore some key reasons behind this phenomenon. First off, let's talk about the hidden power behind democracy. We often feel like we have a voice through voting, protesting, or posting on social media. It gives us that warm, fuzzy feeling of influence. But here's the kicker. The real power. It's in the hands of those who are shielded from the consequences of their actions. Think about it when decisions are made. Who really bears the brunt of those choices? It's usually not the wealthy elite. They're playing a different game, one where they can dodge accountability. Aristotle also had some serious concerns about oligarchy. While tyranny is a clear and direct threat, oligarchy sneaks in under the radar. It's like a puppet show, where the puppet masters disguise their control with laws, institutions, and philanthropy. They make it seem like they're doing good, but really, they're just pulling the strings behind the scenes. It's a clever trick, and one that keeps many of us blissfully unaware of who's really in charge. Now, let's dig into the idea of inequality without virtue. Aristotle warned that wealth itself isn't the problem. It's the imbalance of power that leads to chaos. When a small group of elites holds all the power, decisions are made without our consent or accountability. It's like a few people are deciding the fate of the many, and that's just not right. This brings us to the cycle of government decay. Monarchies can rot from the inside out when kings wield absolute power. Aristocracies fall apart when elites prioritize their interests over the common good. And democracies, well, they can be corrupted by wealthy individuals who drown out opposing views and rig the game in their favor. When rulers govern for themselves, decay becomes inevitable. It's a slippery slope, and we're all caught in the middle. So why is oligarchy so dangerous? Unlike a tyrant who seizes power through force, oligarchs purchase their influence. They hollow out public institutions, leaving citizens complicit in their own oppression. It's like a slow poison that seeps into the very fabric of society, making it harder for us to recognize the threat until it's too late. And let's not forget about the illusion of democratic victories. Sure, we've made strides in civil rights over the years, but those gains are always at risk of being eroded. Today, wealth concentration is undermining many of those hard-won rights. It's a constant battle, and it feels like we're always 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Take the Boeing 737 MAX disaster. For example, when a company prioritizes profits over people, the consequences can be catastrophic. Hundreds lost their lives because regulators colluded with corporations and oversight failed. It's a chilling reminder of what happens when the bottom line trumps human safety. Then there's Purdue Pharma and the opioid crisis. The Sackler family knowingly fueled this epidemic for billions in profit, while countless addicts ended up in jail. The guilty parties paid minimal fines, and the cycle of exploitation continued. It's infuriating, isn't it? Now, let's talk about the manufactured consent that oligarchs thrive on. We think we have choices, but really, the menu of options is predetermined. Those with the most wealth control the very fabric of political and economic life. It's like a game of Monopoly, but the rich keep buying up all the properties, while the rest of us just watch from the sidelines. Aristotle insisted that law must be impartial, yet today, justice is often accessible only to those who can afford it. The psychology of system justification plays a huge role here. People defend harmful systems because admitting they're trapped would mean acknowledging they've been out. It's a tough pill to swallow, and often the poor justify inequality more strongly than the middle class. We come up with comforting narratives to rationalize injustice, like they worked harder. This kind of thinking prevents rebellion and sustains inequality. Oligarchs exploit our imagination by selling false dreams, like the American dream, while stigmatizing any questioning of the system as weakness or disloyalty. It's a clever tactic to keep us in line. Division is another powerful tool in the hands of the elite. By pitting workers against each other over cultural issues, oligarchs distract us from uniting around shared economic goals. We end up busy fighting imaginary enemies. While the real enemy, the billionaire class, exploits our labor, it's a classic divide and conquer strategy that keeps us from recognizing our collective power. Take Amazon. For instance, the company spent over $1 million crushing a union drive at a Staten Island warehouse. The media focused on trivial details about whether the NLRB should hold a vote, completely missing the bigger picture. Amazon's massive investment in stifling worker organizing. It's a stark reminder of how the rich will go to great lengths to maintain their control. The middle class is often described as democracy's immune system. Aristotle praised the stability provided by a strong middle class, but we're witnessing its collapse. Between 1970 and 2018, American productivity rose by 66%, yet typical worker wages barely budged. Meanwhile, the top 1% now controls 32% of all privately held wealth, while the bottom 50% owns less than 1%. It's a staggering disparity that raises serious questions about the future of our democracy. Families are being pushed into debt by rising costs of education and healthcare. This isn't just a coincidence. It's a deliberate strategy to keep people trapped. We're living in a state of learned helplessness, much like Seligman's dogs, who gave up believing change was possible. Instead of acting, we complain, which only sustains the system that oppresses us. And let's not overlook the illusion of freedom. Sure, we have speech, elections, and information, but they're all commodified. Outrage is rewarded, not truth. Noise replaces knowledge, leaving us trapped without even realizing it. It's a subtle form of control that keeps us from seeing the bigger picture. When leaders and citizens abandon the common good in favor of wealth, fame, and power, civilizations fall. Social media plays a significant role in this decay, rewarding outrage over substance and truth. Their algorithms destroy reflection and elevate the spectacle, making it harder for us to engage in meaningful conversations. Democracy itself has become a manufactured brand. Citizens are offered only pre-framed debates with pre-selected candidates and talking points. Our choices are mere illusions within structures already controlled by the wealthy. It's a frustrating reality, and one that demands our attention. Power can't rely on trust. It must be structurally constrained. Education, organization, and engaged citizens are essential to keeping power in check. Aristotle believed that a balance of civic virtue and broad participation was crucial for a healthy society. Laws must serve the common good, not the private wealth of a few. Breaking money's stranglehold is essential. We need to overturn Citizens United, which gave corporations the right to spend unlimited money on elections. Reforming campaign finance and increasing transparency are crucial steps to reclaim control from the wealthy elite. Public funding of elections can help level the playing field, giving voice to more candidates and reducing reliance on private donors. Extreme wealth should be taxed because if the rich become too wealthy, they can buy everything, including elections. Wealth taxes ensure that political power isn't monopolized by a few billionaires. Creating a fairer system where everyone has a voice is crucial, right? One way to achieve this is through universal civic education. It's essential for everyone to learn about power, organization, and accountability. Imagine if media literacy and political theory were part of every school curriculum, empowering future generations to think critically about the world around them. Now, let's talk about a cultural shift. Instead of putting billionaires on a pedestal, we should celebrate community builders and essential workers. True success isn't just about the wealth of a few. It's about the well-being of all. Extreme inequality isn't just morally wrong. It's a recipe for political instability. We need shared prosperity for long-term survival, and we can't ignore the warning signs. Lastly, let's not forget the importance of awareness. Civilizational amnesia is a real threat. We often forget that freedom requires vigilance and justice demands effort. Each generation thinks it's moved past history's cycles, but we're still dealing with the same issues. Oligarchs have traded armies for algorithms, yet the dynamics remain unchanged. Awareness might not fix everything, but it can slow down corruption and decline. Today's reality reflects Aristotle's fears, where wealthy elites disguise their power under democracy, rigging the game while keeping control. Awakening requires action. It's time for awareness to spark organization and reform.